Hello there, welcome along to LFC TV's Premier League review show here on YouTube. If you are enjoying the content, then do make sure to subscribe for even more of us. Now, it was a goal-scoring and goal-assisting return to the side for substitute Mohamed Salah at Brentford on Saturday. We are going to take a close look at his performance very shortly. But firstly, Mel's, a really convincing team display, just the shine taken off it a bit by the injuries.
It was a great result, a top quality performance, but like you say, at a bit of a cost in terms of the injuries. We don't know the potential, how damaging they'll be, but to see Curtis Jones go off, Diogo Jota and Darwin Nunez, it was a bit of a blow at the end, yeah.
Liverpool were looking much brighter, weren't they, after the restart? And there's some great work here from Ryan Gravenberch, as we spoke about earlier, specifically Mo Salah as well to tee up Alexis Mac Allister.
Yeah, second goal felt as though it would be crucial, and it proved to be the case. Started the second half really well, Liverpool, on the front foot. It comes from a high press from Liverpool. Brentford trying to play out from the back. They can't play out from the back because of Liverpool's press. Look at all the purple shirts there, forcing the goalkeeper to go long. You cannot play out from the back. You've got to kick it long. It then becomes a fighting ball. And what we did really well, and in particular Endo, he shields it really well. So he shields it to win that first one. Mac Allister's got the licence, playing further forward from midfield. Make that run into the box, which is what he does. It's a decent touch, but it's a brilliant finish as well, just to make it 2-0. So here we go. We mentioned about the midfield three. Endo's the 6. He's the closest to the defenders. You've got Gravenberch furthest forward, and you've got Mac Allister in that central of the midfield three. So as the ball goes up towards Maupay, Endo with the interception there. And what I like about this is Brentford are now trying to press Ryan Gravenberch to win the ball back. Gravenberch beats the press, plays the ball in between the lines, in between the space, however you want to define it, to Salah, who's in that position, and then Diaz can make the run, and Mac Allister can make the run. There you go. And there's that pass from Salah, brilliant. Absolutely superb assist. In between the right full-back and the centre-half for Brentford. It's a brilliant pass, sees the run of Mac Allister. It's a decent touch and a really, really good finish, isn't it, to make it 2-0. His first goal since Fulham at home, of course, absolute beauty. Not quite a beauty, but still very much an important goal. There's the shield. So Mac Allister's played 6 for a lot of games this season. Endo's playing the 6 there, and he's stopping the ball going into Maupay. It's so important, but he does it brilliantly for this second goal. Wins the header there. Ball up towards Gravenberch. Lovely little... This is a clever pass. He sees where Salah is, in between the lines. We showed it you on the previous angle. And then he's got his head up. What can I find? He can see the run there of Mac Allister. Maybe he gets a little bit lucky, because it definitely does just go through the centre-half's legs, Ayer's legs, as he tries to get across and get a block in, get a clearance in. But then the finish is nice, isn't it? Little stretch, you can see here. Mentioned about the press, so the goalkeeper has to go long. Gakpo's ended up putting the goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure. Endo's involved, Gravenberch's involved, Mo Salah's of course involved with the assist, and there's the finish. If he doesn't get the toe poke finish, which you don't see too often, the old toe poke, I think Ayer gets back and makes the challenge there, so he has to take it early. Goalkeeper can't react. 2-0, lovely.
Yeah, and he's delighted with that one, isn't he, Alexis Mac Allister? From there, it all seemed to really fall into place, didn't it? Liverpool continued to push. Goal number 3 was not too far behind. Maybe some hesitation here in the Brentford defence over a loose ball, but no hesitation, of course, from Mo Salah.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. There's one player anticipating, and there's hesitation, and he makes the most of that from the Brentford defence. We mentioned about Liverpool pressing a little bit earlier on. Brentford are now pressing a little bit higher. You can see there, forcing the ball back to our goalkeeper. And rather than playing out from the back, Kelleher recognises, I've just got to go long. Beat the press, go long. It becomes a fighting ball. But Gakpo in the centre-half. Gakpo wins it, and then it's up to the wide players, Diaz and Salah. Can you get on the end of that flick on? So it was just a long ball over the top. That's all it was. Indecision from the Brentford defence. What I like about this is Salah's squared up the defender. I can go left, I can go right. We know Salah's left-footed, but he can go on his right side as well. The defender hasn't got a clue where Salah's going to go. He ends up going on his left-hand side. Good strength, just to hold off the defender, and a really good finish. But there you go. So there's the flick on from Cody Gakpo. I think at this point you're thinking between the 2 Brentford defenders, they should deal with this. They should anticipate it, but they don't. Salah does. The purple arrow, Salah, he anticipates, I'm going to get on the end of this. I don't know what's going on with it's poor communication. They all leave it for each other. 2 defenders, the goalkeeper. Salah thinks, right, well, I'll get on the end of this, which is what he does. He gets there first ahead of the Brentford defensive players, and then he's in that position, isn't he? Too good, too strong for the defender, holds him off and finishes it really, really well. And it comes just from the long ball from Kelleher. Long ball up, beating that Brentford press as they're trying to get back into the game at 2-0. Little flick on. He's in behind. It's sharp. I think you have to say that about Mo Salah. Really sharp. Keeper gets a hand to it, but it's full stretch. He's not really able to get enough of a hand on it to turn it behind the other side of the post, and it just creeps into that far corner. Really, really good goal, wasn't it, from a Liverpool point of view, to make it 3-0 and put the game beyond Brentford. I think that was the big thing when this goal goes in. Little twist here. I know Opta love taking assists off people, and I'm glad they've not taken it off Gakpo.
They do.
But there might have been a little touch there from the Brentford defender. I'm not trying to highlight that to you at all, Opta. In fact, there wasn't any touch there. But you can see maybe there might have been. But he holds him off, and when he finishes it, he's actually stood up, and then he goes to ground because there was a little nudge on him. So there you go. There's the finish there from Salah. Assist for Gakpo.
Unsurprisingly, Mohamed Salah was the first Liverpool man to hit 10 this season. He is now on 19 after the weekend, and just overall really impressed, isn't he, on his return?
Just made up to see him back. Yes, maybe came on the pitch a little bit earlier than we thought. But yeah, he's had a good week's training. He's had an injury himself. I thought he looked fit. I thought he looked sharp. He could have had a couple more goals to the goal that he did score. And we'll show you his involvements, and he just makes things happen. He gets himself into really good positions. A nice ball up from Conor Bradley. You can see he takes the touch there, sees that Darwin Nunez is in a better position, a better ball to Diaz, and that's a goal-scoring chance. But again, Salah's involved. He nearly scores here. This would have made it 2-0 right at the stroke of half-time, and people were saying, oh, it's a poor miss. Nunez gets the slightest of touches, and that's enough because of the way the ball's played back towards him from Diaz, just to stop him from tapping it in. Otherwise, that's the tap-in for Salah. Good position that he takes up. Here again, he's in on goal. This is at 1-0. You're thinking 1v1. If your second touch is towards the D there, I think it takes the goalkeeper out. I think it takes the defenders out. But his second touch is a little bit wider, maybe not where he'd have wanted it to. Gets the ball sort of stuck under his feet there. He's out on the stretch. Could he have gone towards the far post? In the end, tried a little dink finish, and he ended up making a mess of that one, which was unusual for Mo Salah. But he keeps his head up. Again, just makes things happen. Look where he wins the ball. You know, midway through, our defensive half drives at the Brentford defence. He picks out Gakpo. Could maybe have picked out Diaz in that position, but got options because of the way that Liverpool attack with numbers. Didn't make the most of this one. Goes to Cody Gakpo. I think he's looking to cross that. Back to Salah. Nothing came from it. But yeah, constant threat throughout the game. Here again, what I like about this is Salah scores so many goals, but he's got this in his locker. Rather than shooting himself, he sets up a chance there for Diaz, but for a good block, Diaz probably scores himself.
Yeah, Saturday, of course, was the 30th time Mo Salah scored and assisted in the same Premier League game. Now, only 3 players have done it more times in the Premier League era. Wayne Rooney, Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer.
Wouldn't mind betting he'll beat that record this season. You know, the record that he's been going, it's not just about goals, it is the assists as well. So yeah, 1 behind Shearer, 2 behind Henry, 6 behind Rooney. He may well finish top of the list by the end of the season. Yeah,
and let's dig a little bit deeper. We touched on it earlier, but just on the sub appearances, he is also now 3rd on the list of most goals by Liverpool subs, with by far and away they're the best goals to appearances ratio when he's come off the bench. It's virtually 1 goal every 2 sub appearances. That.
Well, I didn't realise he'd been subbed that many times. It feels like he starts so many games, but there you go. 27 subs. It is the lowest on that list, of course, as you would expect. David Fairclough, one of our great former players, known to have made impacts off the bench. Origi on the bottom of the list, also another player who came off the bench and impacted it. Not the list players want to be on, but yeah, it's 27, there you go. OK, let's see what that win means then, and the other results as well for the top of the Premier League table. Obviously, that 3 points keeps Liverpool top, 57 points. Arsenal still 2 points behind after that thrashing, wasn't it, of Burnley. But the surprise of the weekend, as we all know, Manchester City not beating Chelsea. So they are, of course, 4 points behind, 53 points with that game in hand this week at time of recording. It's not been played yet. No, 13 games to go. We are top of the table. Quite enjoyed seeing that Chelsea goal at the weekend. I won't next weekend. OK, thanks very much, Miles. That is it from us for this latest episode of The Review Show. We are back again same time next week with a very special show reflecting on the Carabao Cup final, of course, against Chelsea. We'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.